Over the past 3 months, it's been very fascinating watching the social media team for the White House do their job. The White House social media team posts so much. They've posted 2,000 times on Twitter since the inauguration. What I find so interesting about the White House account is that much like Dan Bongino's official Twitter account, it's really hard to tell at first glance if it's a satire page or not. I mean, take this picture that they posted for Liberation Day. I can't stop laughing at it, bro. Why is there 3 bald eagles? Welcome to Battleground USA. My name is Kyle Reid, and today I'm going to be diving into the White House social media page. Some of these posts are fun to laugh at, okay? Some of these posts, they're quite funny, but other posts are really bad, really distasteful, and I'm going to shine light on both of them. Along with the actual White House social media page, we also have this Rapid Response 47 account. This account tweets twice as much as the official White House page. It's basically a clip farm account. You know, they post 30-second clips of basically anyone in the administration saying anything. For the longest time, I actually didn't think that this was an official government account because they post clips like this.
You know, I haven't seen a mask in so long. You're wearing a mask. So nice of you. I haven't seen anybody wearing a mask in a long time.
It literally operates like any other clip farm account, except this one's funded by our tax dollars. And speaking of clip farming, you know who likes to clip farm? The White House account. There's something that's really funny about the way that the White House account in particular frames their clips. Take a look at this one. President Trump wrecks Democratic governor.
Is Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with the state and federal laws.
You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good, I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one.
It's just really fascinating to see the official White House account frame a video like this, especially a clip like this where it's just, you know, I mean, I personally don't really find the clip to be that impressive on Donald Trump's side here. Maybe it's my bias showing, but God forbid Governor Janet Mills standing up for those 2 transgender athletes in Maine. Here's another clip that I really love.
Look, yeah. See that? Trump was right about everything. It just came in.
Just came in. You look at this clip and it's hard to remember that this was posted by the official White House account. Like, this could have been posted by fucking Gunther Eagleman on X, and I would not think twice. But because it's the official White House account, I am thinking twice. Is this really what we need to be posting here? Is this important? The account also does this thing where they kind of make a lot of posts that I would put into this like hype moments and aura category. We're going back to plastic straws. Victory! And it's, you know, the Gulf of America. Get in, Patriots! We got a country to save. Elon Musk helps President Trump pick out his brand new Tesla. The only thing that one's missing is #ad. It's very clear that whoever's writing this page, they got a sense of humor. They like to have fun. But I feel like there's certainly a line when it comes to the government making jokes, and this administration repeatedly crosses that line.
Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I know who I want to take me home.
Make no mistake, this is not one of those edgy meme pages that you follow. This is the official White House account putting the track Closing Time over video footage of someone being deported. This video is from what I can assume to be the deportation flight that happened in March, where ICE rounded up a bunch of guys with tattoos, threw them into a plane, and sent them to El Salvador, to one of the most notoriously inhumane prisons. This flight, by the way, was illegal. No one on that deportation flight had the right to due process. And of course, when the courts tried to stop the flight, nobody listened to them. Well, actually, the El Salvadorian president listened to them, but he said, oops, too late. And here they are, you know, with footage of that deportation with Closing Time over it. Super cool stuff, really tasteful, guys. This particular deportation flight, the administration seemed to be very proud of. So proud of the fact that they did this, that they needed to have a whole film crew there to film it. The administration said that the flight was full of people from Tren de Aragua, which is a Venezuelan gang that's deemed as a terrorist organization. Now, I would argue that even if this is true, that we had some real bad guys on that flight, I don't really care to see it. Don't make a hype video out of it. Don't try to, play this political game here to, feed the hungry racists in your base of support. But the thing that makes this particular video so cruel is the fact that we're seeing multiple stories come out of people who were on this flight that were completely innocent people. Soccer player, a barber, a father. These are people that are now currently in a El Salvadorian prison, a notoriously inhumane El Salvadorian prison that treats their inmates like a second-class being. And we have our amazing administration here using it as a way to score points with their base of support, while also sending a very chilling message to any migrant living in the U.S.
First of all, I want to thank El Salvador and their president for their partnership with the United States of America to bring our terrorists here and to incarcerate them and have consequences for the violence that they have perpetuated in our communities. I also want everybody to know, if you come to our country illegally, this is one of the consequences you could face.
I can't believe that this is real, dude. This fucking chick, this demon just standing in front of all these people. I wonder if there's any parallels to, anything that's happened in the past, maybe to another country that we can maybe look at. I think it's nothing, actually. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit, dude. This video really encapsulates the current time period that we are living in. No matter how fucked up something is, our current government is not afraid to make a joke about it. And you'll always find someone in the comments saying, "This is what I voted for." I want to be clear here, okay? If, and I mean if, the word if is doing a lot of lifting here, okay? If this video shows somebody who is a bad person, a bad guy, getting deported, I don't give a shit. I don't want to see this. I can't get behind the administration turning this into a ASMR deportation video. This video sends a very clear message to all migrants that are living in the United States. Because let's be honest here, they're targeting all immigrants in the United States. These are immigrants, by the way, that pay taxes. They're immigrants that put food on your table and a roof over your head. They are being targeted, and this videos like this, sends a very clear message to them. And the message is, we don't think of you as a human. We just think of you as a pawn in our little game to dehumanize and demonize a marginalized group of people, because we promised our base of support that we'd get rid of the poison in this country, and you are the poison in this country. That's what videos like this, that's the message that it's telling to any immigrant. If you just have a fucking tattoo, they'll send you on a plane, they'll turn you into a meme. Another example of this is something that happened not too long ago. There was this trend on X because ChatGPT just released their newest model, and they stole a bunch of artwork from Studio Ghibli so people could then turn their own pictures into something that looked like a frame from a Studio Ghibli movie. It's this big deal, everyone was posting about it. Our buddies over at the White House, they of course they had to get in on the fun. What do they do to take advantage of this growing trend on the internet? Did they take a picture of Donald Trump and Elon Musk and their Teslas and turn that into a Studio Ghibli thing? No, they didn't do that. Did they just take a picture of Donald Trump pointing at the Gulf of America? No. This is what they posted. A little bit of context here. This picture depicts someone that the White House is saying is a fentanyl dealer. If you're dealing fentanyl, that's a bad thing, man. Sure, take him to court, investigate the situation, but don't do this, man. Don't turn it into a meme. This is so distasteful. It's one thing to arrest a criminal. It's another thing to turn that person into your propaganda tool to dehumanize an entire marginalized group of people. I don't want to see pictures of this happening, and I definitely don't want to see our official White House page piggybacking off of a trend in an attempt to go viral on social media. The people who run this account, they definitely like to push the bar a little bit to get people like me riled up. Here's a couple of my favorites. For example, this is their response to Rasha Alouia, a U.S. citizen being deported simply because they were attending a funeral in Lebanon that tens of thousands of people attended. Here's a picture of them depicting Donald Trump as a king. That one got a lot of people upset. Here's a picture of a tweet that Donald Trump posted, and then the White House account then tastefully put his portrait on top of it. What a great portrait, man. It really makes everything more evil. Oh yeah, and this is their Valentine's Day post. Yeah, nothing more romantic than Tom Homan. But don't worry, there's more. In fact, I'm only kind of scratching the surface here of posts that the White House makes. Remember when we bombed Yemen? I know it can be easy to forget, you know, with the whole group chat leak, and then Liberation Day, and then Wisconsin Supreme Court race that everyone was paying attention to for some reason. Yeah, we bombed the residential area in Yemen, but don't worry, it's okay, because we got these hype-ass photos of Donald Trump and his Sunday best. I hope I never have the amount of confidence to wear my own hat with my own autograph on it. And then there's quite possibly the best day that has happened in this administration's history so far. The day where Donald Trump stood up for the American people and showed everyone in the world that no one is going to walk over us. Of course, I'm talking about the day that President Zelenskyy came to the White House. Things started off pretty chill at first, you know, with a nice video being posted from the White House of Donald Trump welcoming President Zelenskyy into the White House. And then we all know what happened after that.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
Have you said thank you once?
It's really funny that the people running this account, they're kind of forced to break their brains here, you know. Their whole job kind of relies on the fact that they just believe that whatever Donald Trump does is a good thing. And so that's how we end up with gyms like this. In America, we hold presidential elections every 4 years. Before President Zelenskyy decides to lecture the American president again, he should hold an election too. This is exactly what I voted for. What they posted after the meeting was also insane. It's like the social media team was trying to frame this in any possible way to make this seem like this meeting was a good thing. Here's a quote from Trump that's, you know, way too long to read, but it boils down to basically, he disrespected me. And then they paired it tastefully with his portrait. I swear, dude, every time they pair this fucking portrait with a Donald Trump quote, it just makes the quote 10 times more evil. They also thought that this he disrespected me quote was so powerful that they had to use it twice. Here's a video of them overlaying the tweet in front of footage of President Zelenskyy leaving the White House, which I gotta say, game, respect, game. That one's pretty fire. But it's still bad. It's terrible. It's terrible. They also use that awesome J.D. Vance quote, the one that future generations to come will be quoting, the one that you know, really showed how tough J.D. Vance was and showed his masterful diplomacy. What was the one? Oh, yeah. After you said thank you once. The White House social media page is really just kind of like a cesspool of propaganda, but isn't that every single administration's page? Like every single person who is a part of any administration is going to try to make it seem like their administration is doing the right thing. The thing that rubs me the wrong way about this White House page in particular is their use of memes and online internet culture to try to meme their way to the top. And it's really dystopian to see. You know, if you see this account's posts come across your feed, I really encourage you to kind of take a step back. Think about the context and the implications of the post, especially before you go tweeting, "This is what I voted for."